जातो गतः पितृगृहात् व्रजम् एधितार्थो हत्वा रिपुं सुतशतानि कृतोरुदारः उत्पाद्यतेषु पुरुषा क्रतुभिः समीजे आत्मानमात्मनिगमं प्रथयाञ्जनेषु Would Prabhuji like to recite it?
जातो गत पितृर गृहाद् व्रजम इति धर्तो
जातो गत पितृगृहात् व्रजम् एधितार्थो
हत्वा रिपुं सुतशतानि कृतोरुधारः
हत्वा रिपुं सुतशतानि कृतोरुदारः
उत्पाद्यतेषु पुरुषक्रतुभिः समीजे
आद्यतेषु पुरुषा क्रतुभिः समीजे
आत्मानमात्मनिगमं प्रथयञ्जनेषु
आत्मानमात्मनिगमं प्रथयाञ्जनेषु
Any Mataji? Ready? जातो गतः पितृगृहात् व्रजम् एधितार्थो
हत्वा रिपुं सुतशतानि कृतोरुधारः
उत्पाद्यतेषु पुरुषा क्रतुभिः समीजे
आत्मानमात्मनिगमं प्रथयञ्जनेषु.
Translation. The Supreme Personality of Godhead Sri Krishna, known as Leela Purushottam, appeared as the son of Vasudeva, but immediately left his father's home and went to Vrindavan to expand his loving relationship with his confidential devotees. In Vrindavan, the Lord killed many demons, and afterwards he returned to Dwarka. And according to Vedic principles, he married many wives who were the best of women, begot through them hundreds of sons, and performed sacrifices for his own worship to establish the principles of household life. Purport by Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki
Jai.
as stated in Bhagavad Gita 15.15, Vedaischa sarvaya aham eva vedyah. By all the Vedas, it is Krishna who is to be known. Lord Shri Krishna, setting an example by his own behavior, performed many ritualistic ceremonies described in the Vedas and established the principles of Grahastha life by marrying many wives and begetting many children, just to show people in general how to be happy by living according to Vedic principles. The center of Vedic life is Krishna. Vedaishcha sarvai aham eva vedyah. To advance in human life, human society must follow the Vedic principles personally demonstrated by Lord Krishna in the householder life. The real purpose of Krishna's appearance, however, was to manifest how one can take part in loving affairs with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Reciprocations of loving affairs in ecstasy are possible only in Vrindavan. Therefore, just after his appearance as the son of Vasudeva, the Lord immediately left for Vrindavan. In Vrindavan, the Lord not only took part in loving affairs with his father and mother, the gopis and the cowherd boys, but also gave liberation to many demons by killing them. As stated in Bhagavad Gita, Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya chadushkritam. The Lord appears in order to protect the devotees and kill the demons. This was fully exhibited by his personal behavior. In Bhagavad Gita, the Lord understood it. The Lord is understood by Arjuna to be Purusham Shashvatam Divyam, the eternal, transcendental Supreme Person. Here also we find the word Utpadyateshu Purushaha. Therefore, it is to be concluded that the absolute truth is Purusha, a person. The impersonal feature is but one of the features of his personality. Ultimately, he is a person. He is not impersonal. And not only is he Purusha, a person, but he is the Leela Purushottam, the best of all persons. Hare Krishna. So today, on this auspicious occasion of Janmashtami, we would like to hear some sweet pastimes, childhood pastimes of Sri Krishna. Srila Prabhupada said, the best way to celebrate Janmashtami was to fast all day until midnight and then all day hear and chant the glories of Krishna. So let us try to celebrate Janmashtami in this way and begin our morning by hearing the sweet pastimes and the glories of Lord Sri Krishna. So we just read in the purport that Prabhupada said that Krishna is Leela Purushottam, one who enjoys performing sweet pastimes in reciprocal love with his devotees. Rupa Goswami in his Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu has mentioned 64 qualities of Krishna. Krishna has unlimited qualities, but he has cited 64 qualities in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says, Ei matta Krishna divya shada gunanatta Brahma Shiva Sanakadina Vaijara. He says that the spiritual qualities of Krishna are unlimited. The great personalities like Shiva, Brahma, and the four Kumaras, even they cannot estimate the spiritual qualities of Lord Krishna. So, out of the 64 qualities which Krishna has, 4 are very special qualities. Narayan, which is Vishnu, has 60 qualities and Krishna has 64 qualities, the 4 extra qualities. And these 4 extra qualities are very unique. These 4 extra qualities are, they are listed as, one is Leela Madhuri. What does Leela Madhuri of Krishna mean? That Krishna performs wonderful pastimes with his devotees. Second, Prema Madhuri, that he is always surrounded by devotees who are filled with love for him and Krishna reciprocates that love with those devotees. Third quality, it is Venu Madhuri. Krishna plays his flute in the most melodious way and the vibrations of this flute affect all the entities in all the universes and attract their heart. Fourth is Rupa Madhuri. Rupa Madhuri is Krishna is most attractive and most beautiful and his beauty cannot be rivaled by anybody in any universe. That's why he is called as Krishna, the all-attractive. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur also very sweetly in a poetic way has described these 4 qualities in Janma Dharma in chapter 16. So out of these 4 qualities, we will today discuss only one quality and we will discuss pastimes about that one Krishna's quality. It can take years and millions of births to describe all Krishna's qualities because we fall short. Even Ananta Shesh falls short of us to glorify Krishna. So in this little time span which we have, we'll discuss some sweet pastimes of Krishna regarding his quality. So we will discuss the quality of Leela Madhuri. So Krishna kills demons and he kills them so that he can free them from the sinful reactions. On the other hand, Narayan or Vishnu, when he kills the demons go to Vaikuntha or they go to heavenly planets. But when Krishna kills the demons, they directly go back to the spiritual world. For example, take the example of Putana. She came as a disguised mother to kill Krishna. But what did Krishna do? Krishna killed her and liberated her and gave her the position of a mother in the spiritual world. So now, there's an interesting fact that in all these 4 different qualities, although they are different, there is something in common. And what is the commonality? Commonality is that they are all about loving, reciprocal relationships with Krishna. That is Brajabhakti. And we find that in the residents of Vrindavan. All of them have immense love for Krishna, and Krishna has immense love for his devotees in Vrindavan. That is the highest form of love which is exhibited by Krishna with his devotees, which is not exhibited in Vaikuntha. Narayan cannot do that. Everyone in Vaikuntha is praying to Narayan, Vishnu, in the form of awe and reverence. But in Goloka Vrindavan, there is only pure love and pure an exchange of this love between Krishna and his devotees. Shri Vrindavan Dham ki Jai. So today let us discuss the first quality, and that is Krishna is a wonderful performer of his pastimes. In Srimad Bhagavatam 4.8.47, Srila Shukadev Goswami says that Krishna's childhood pastimes began as soon as he was named by Gargamuni. And all these pastimes are so sweetly described that we are going to get a little deeper meaning into these pastimes by looking through the eyes of our acharyas. We are going to discuss what Srila Rupa Goswami thinks about these pastimes, the insight which he has got, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Kavi Karnapur, and Sri Hari Suri. And their commentaries are very valuable because they are realized souls, and these have been revealed to them in their bhajans. So someone who is ignorant of Krishna, he might look at these childhood pastimes as some mere bedtime stories or mythological stories. No, this is not true. Actually, in Brahma Vaivarta Puran, it is stated in Krishna Janmakhanda that the childhood pastimes of Krishna are filled with deep meaning and they are most dear to him. When Krishna goes in the forest with his cowherd boys to graze in Gokul to graze the cows, these are absolutely true pastimes, and it is said that it's absolute reality and that is the absolute truth. And it is firmly to be believed. So from historical point of view, when Krishna began to crawl, it is described in Srimad Bhagavatam in Canto 10.8.21. Kalena vrajatalpena gokule ramakeshavahu janubhyam sahapanebhyam ringamano vajah ratuhu. Srila Prabhupada has translated this by saying that after a short period of time, Krishna and Balaram started crawling, and they were crawling on the ground of Vrindavan, and they used their arms and their knees as strength to crawl. Srila Hari Suri, he has given a very beautiful commentary explaining the secret behind Krishna's crawling. So he writes what Krishna is thinking. When Krishna is crawling, Krishna is thinking that, O Mother Earth, although you have been harassed all these days and years by these evil kings, you have still not given up this beautiful quality of forgiveness, and you are so most forgiving. Even though you are everyone's mother, you are so tolerant. Your children are stomping on your body with their feet, and the evil kings are performing misdeeds. So while expressing his thoughts through his mind, Krishna was consoling and encouraging Mother Earth, and on the pretext of crawling, he was patting her on her back. Mother Earth is actually Krishna's wife, one of Krishna's wife. So what a beautiful insight Hari Sauri has shared. This was a very sweet pastime which was reflected upon. We will move to another pastime by Srila Rupa Goswami in Padyavali in text 147. Rupa Goswami has analyzed one of these naughty pastimes of Krishna with Mother Yashoda. One day, Krishna saw Nanda Baba worshipping Indra. So he went to Nanda Baba and he said, Baba, what are you doing? So Nanda Baba said, I am worshipping Indra. So he said, who is Indra? He said, he is the king of Swarga. So Krishna said, okay, so what is it that he is doing? So he said, he is the king, he is royal. So that night, when Krishna went to sleep, he started dreaming that he had become king of Swarga. And in his sleep, he had started talking. He was saying, oh Shiva, please come, sit next to my right. Oh Brahma, please come, welcome. Sit on my left side. Oh Kartikeya, all auspiciousness unto you. Indra, all happiness to you. I'm blessing you. And then, Kuvera, where have you been all this while? Is everything okay? And muttering all this in his sleep, Mother Yashoda saw him and she got very anxious. And she said, Oh Krishna, what are you doing? But Krishna was still muttering in his sleep. So Mother Yashoda quickly made a sound. Thoo! She spat. She made the sound. Made is a sound of spitting. And in tradition, this sound is supposed to dispel all ominous reactions, all evil spells. So as soon as she made that sound, thoo, Krishna woke up, startled. And he said, Maya, why are you making this noise? And then she quickly embraced him and she said, Are you okay? And he said, Yes, I'm okay. So Srila Rupa Goswami says that may this auspicious sound which is made by Mother Yashoda, which she made to protect Krishna, protect us all. Srila Rupa Goswami ki Jai. Then Srila Kavi Karnapur in Anand Vrindavan Jammu describes another pastime. He describes that one full moon night, Mother Yashoda, she was sitting with Krishna and she was chatting with all her gopi friends. And Krishna was crawling and every now and then he would look at the moon. And he kept glancing at the moon every now and then. Mother Yashoda sent two gopis to take care of Krishna. She said, Please take care of him while I am chatting with my gopi friends. So the two gopi friends, they went and asked Krishna, Oh Lala, Kim Kshiram, do you want some milk? Krishna said, No. Then the gopi asked him, Kim Uttamam Dadi, do you want some fine yogurt? Krishna said, No. Then the gopis asked, Kim Kurchikava, do you want some condensed milk, thickened milk? Krishna said, No. Then the gopis asked Krishna, Krishna, what do you want? So Krishna says, I want a big ball of butter. So the gopi said, Okay, I will go to your mother's kitchen and bring the best of the butter which she has churned freshly for you. So Krishna says, No, I don't want that butter. So the gopis got confused. Then they said, What butter do you want? And then he pointed to the moon and he said, I want that big ball of butter. So the gopis started laughing. They said, Oh, that is not a big ball of butter, Lala. That is a big white swan that is gliding in the lake of the sky. You can't have that. So Krishna says, Why can't I have it? And he started stomping his legs and he started crying, I want it, I want it. The gopis tried to pacify him, some started laughing. Two other gopis came there and they realized Krishna was upset. So they tried to tell him, Don't worry, Gopal, that those gopis were just making fun of you. That is actually not a big white swan. That is actually the moon. It is the Chandra. It is not butter. It is not the swan. So Krishna said, Okay, then give me the Chandra. I want to play with it. And then they said, Oh, it's not possible. And then he said, I want it. I want it. And he started stomping his legs and crying. Now this tantrum of Krishna got out of hand. The gopis could not control him. So what do usually caretakers do when the tantrum goes out of hand? They hand him over to the mother. So he was handed over to Mother Yashoda. And then Mother Yashoda took him and she put him on his lap. And she consoled Krishna. She said, Oh Lala, don't worry. You want some butter? I have some freshly churned butter for you. She said, No Maya, I want that moon. So Mother Yashoda said, Okay, you want the moon, but the moon has poisonous spots on it. So we cannot eat the moon. So Krishna said, How can the moon have poisonous spots? She said, Okay, I'll tell you a story. There is a big ocean of milk. And then as soon as Krishna heard this, he said, Maya, he interrupted and said, Maya, how many cows did it take to make the big ocean of milk? So Maya Yashoda says, it's not made from cows. Krishna said, How can there be milk without cows? So Mother Yashoda said, Yes, there can be. The one who has given the ability to the cows to transform grass into milk has also the ability to make a whole ocean of milk. So Krishna said, Okay, I understand. But who is that? So she said, he is the all-pervading personality, the supreme personality of Godhead. He is unmanifest to anyone with material eyes. That is why you and I can't see him. So Krishna smiled and he said, are you telling me the truth, Mother Yashoda? So she said, yes, Ganha, I am telling you the truth. And he said, okay. And then Krishna looked at his mother and he said, so what about this big ocean of milk? So then she started citing from the scriptures. She said, long ago, the demigods and the demons got into a fight and they decided to churn the ocean of milk. And the Mandar mountain was the churning rod. And Vasuki, the snake, the serpent, he became the rope for churning the ocean of milk. And the demigods pulled the Vasuki from one side and the demons pulled Vasuki from the other side. And as soon as they started doing this, the poison started emerging from the ocean of milk. Krishna said, Maya, how can the churning of milk cause poison to come out? So Mother Yashoda said, yes, the poison first came out and Mahadev came and he drank this poison to save the whole universe. And while he was drinking, a few drops of poison fell down and the snakes drank it. That's how the snakes have their poison. And while this churning went on, the moon emerged from the milk ocean. And this moon also got contaminated with a few drops of poison. That's why when you look at the moon, it has those dark spots and that is the poison. That's why, Kanha, we cannot have the moon as butter. It is poisonous. So now please don't think about all this and take this freshly churned butter which I have made and you can have it. So Krishna had started to yawn. He was sleepy. So Mother Yashoda picked him up and by the time she put him on the bed, he was fast asleep. First thing in the morning, Mother Yashoda came and she brought a tray full of freshly churned butter, dahi, milk, and some other sweets. And she told Krishna that, Krishna, come on now, get up. I've got a full tray full of treats for you. Krishna said, he got up and he crossed his hands like this. He said, all night I was hungry and you didn't feed me anything last night when I asked you to give me butter. You cooked up the story about the moon and the poison and now you are giving me food to eat when I'm hungry. I was hungry all night. So Mother Yashoda said, oh really? You were hungry all night? Then how come in the pantry all the butter is stolen? Who had the butter all night? So then Krishna realized that he was caught. So understanding that he was caught, he quickly looked away from Mother Yashoda here and there. And then he quickly went and he embraced her. And then he kissed her. And then she also embraced his sweet, soft, butter-like body affectionately and embraced him. So it is said that may this divine form, Kavita Nabu said that may this divine form of yours, Sri Krishna, which thrills at the sound of the churning rod and stealthily enters Mother Yashoda's kitchen, may this divine form protect us all. This was his little insight into this pastime. It is said in Subhashita Haravali by Hari Kavi, there's a verse which says, one should give up 100 tasks to eat food on time. One should give up 1,000 other tasks to take bath at a proper time. One should give up hundreds and thousands of tasks to give suitable charity. And it is said that one should give up tens and thousands and millions of other tasks to perform devotional service to Lord Hari. This is what is continuously going on in the spiritual world. Shri Vrindavan Dham ki Jai, Krishna Bhagwan ki Jai. Another sweet pastime. Usually, Krishna never admits that he stole butter. He is always saying, Maya, I never stole the butter. But in this sweet pastime from Anandrinam Champu, it's again butter stealing pastime. It is described that Krishna went and he was caught stealing butter. But Mother Yashoda did not say anything. Later on she told him that, Krishna, I know you stole the butter. So Mother Yashoda said, now you are going to be punished. He said, no Maya, I didn't steal the butter. I was out in Madhuban all day. I grazed the cows. I was with my friends. I fed the cows some water. I'm tired. It is sunset now and I've come home. And you are still accusing me of stealing butter. So Mother Yashoda said, then where did the butter come from? All the neighbors have complained about you. They even have said that you have terrorized them and you are giving all the butter to the monkeys. So he said, then he started crying. He said, no mother, I didn't steal. I really didn't steal. So Mother Yashoda felt very sad. So what she decided to do is she decided to trick Krishna. She took her palms and she dug her face in it and she started crying. She said, oh my dear Krishna, I'm so sorry I believed the neighbors. Maybe they saw somebody else. Maybe it wasn't you. I should not have accused you like this. Krishna says, yes Mama, you should not have said that to me Maya. I think I'm not your son. You treat me like I'm your stepson. Maybe I should not live with you anymore. So Mother Yashoda started crying even more loudly. So then Krishna's heart started melting when he heard Mother Yashoda cry. So he went quickly and he squeezed Mother Yashoda's arm and he says, Maya, please don't cry. She said, no, how could you steal butter and how could I accuse you? You went to Mahavan, right? And you're so tired, you're so fatigued that you cannot steal butter. Oh, I'm such a bad mother. He said, no Maya, please don't cry. And he started crying. And Mother Yashoda was crying even louder. And then he said, okay Mother, okay Maya, I confess that I stole the butter. Now please stop crying. She said, no, I know you didn't steal the butter. Please forgive me, oh my dear Kanha. And then Krishna says, no, I know I stole the butter. And then she said, no Kanha, I know you didn't steal. And then he said, no, I did. And then she said, no, you don't. You didn't steal. I know you didn't. And this back and forth, I did, went on and on and on. Until Mother Yashoda started laughing and Krishna was crying even more and more and more. So Krishna realized that he had been tricked by Mother Yashoda. So she quickly took him again and she gave him a very tight embrace and kissed him hard with affectionate love. And then Krishna quickly whispered in his ear and he said, you know Manya, I actually did steal the butter. So this was also a very sweet pastime. Another pastime, again from Anandana Champu. Krishna once went to steal butter in Mother Yashoda's pantry. And when he put his hand inside the pot, he looked here and there. And when he looked, there was a shiny pillar there. And he saw his reflection in the pillar. And then suddenly he thought there's another boy trying to steal butter. So he got scared quickly and he put his hand out full of makhan. And he said, oh dear brother, if you don't tell my mother, I'll share this butter with you. And then the boy didn't reply. And then he said, are you listening to what I'm saying? And then just then Mother Yashoda came there. And Mother Yashoda came and she saw that he was muttering and she also saw that he was talking to his reflection in the pillar and she started laughing. So as soon as Krishna saw Mother Yashoda laughing and coming, Krishna quickly said, Maya, look, there is a boy, he's being greedy, he came here to steal your butter and I am trying to stop him. And when I tried to stop him, he said that if you don't tell Maya, I will share the butter with you. Look, Maya, look. And then Mother Yashoda saw that and she laughed and she came and she held Krishna in her lap and she said, oh dear Krishna, all this butter is only for you, so you don't have to worry at all. And then both of them embraced each other affectionately. So much love, so many sweet pastimes with Mother Yashoda. Another sweet pastime is from Anandana Champu. One day, Mother Yashoda was cooking in the kitchen and she didn't hear any sound. She didn't hear any voice, any noise. She got a bit worried. You know, when kids don't make a noise, we start worrying that there's something wrong. So she started calling out, Lala, oh Lala, where are you? So she went here and there in the kitchen and then she found Krishna with his hand in the butter pot. And as soon as Krishna saw Maya Yashoda, he took it out and he ran to where she was. And he raised his arms and he looked at Mother Yashoda and said, Maya, oh look mother, look, my hands are burnt. She said, oh really? What are your hands burnt from? She said, yesterday you wore a ruby bangle and that produced so much heat that it burnt my hand. So look, I was trying to cool it by putting it in the butter. So Mother Yashoda said, oh really? She said, yeah, come, let me see your wrist, where you have burnt yourself. So she took Kanha and she put him on his lap. And then she saw at his wrist and she kissed his sweet little wrist. And she said, okay, because they have burned your hands, I will remove these ruby bangles. So she removed the ruby bangles. And this is one of the sweet pastimes where here it's very special that she does not chastise Krishna. Again she tells him, this whole pantry full of butter, ghee, yogurt and milk is only meant for you and nobody else. So whenever you want it, you can go in there and take whatever you want. So when Krishna heard this, his eyes widened, his jaws dropped, and he had a big smile on his face. And he said, really, Maya? She said, yes, this is all for you. So these are the sweet pastimes which the Acharyas have realized. They have got a vision of this from the spiritual world, and they have shared these sweet pastimes with us. Today being Janmashtami, we have to, like Prabhupada said, we have to hear and chant all day. So we started our day today by chanting, by taking darshan and hearing these pastimes. Please, I request all of you all to continue hearing these pastimes and chanting Krishna's names all day. And may your Janmashtami be all auspicious and bring auspiciousness to everyone in your life and family. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Janmashtami Mahamahotsav ki Jai. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.
Haribo.
Hare Krishna. Radha Baba Mataji ki Jai. So